Hello, how are you? In this video, I'll be doing that one thing where artists try to draw on a computer and on a phone to see the difference, or like try it out so that people know, like, see, you can draw on phones or whatnot. Even though usually people like show the fact that you can't draw on a phone, which is a lie. I used to draw on a phone way back when, 5 years ago. I mean, almost 5. I actually started drawing digitally in the end of February of 2020, and for the majority of 2020 I used to draw on a phone. So I'll be doing that today, but I will give the phone a chance. People usually don't give phones a chance, and I have a drawing tablet which I use on my computer, of course, and I will connect that to a phone because that is possible. You can do that. I don't have a stylus on a phone. I know that you can buy a stylus or like a pen that has like that one rubber end that like works on a phone or something, and that would work. If I could buy one of those, I would. I just don't leave my house, so I can't find anything. But that is an option, especially since Speedpaint. I think detects pressure like by itself, not like from a stylus. It's not that the stylus has like the pressure stuff, but Speedpaint has it like in the program itself, and that's very interesting. I found that out like a few years ago. I don't know, I just never really noticed it. Like back in the day I used to use a note phone, you know, the ones that have like the S Pen. A very old one, but sure. And then my phone died, and then I used to use my mother's phone for a while, a long while, until I stopped because I had a computer and started using that. But like I had a stylus in the phone, so like it worked out, I guess. But years later I figured out, talking to some artists, that Speedpaint actually has like pressure inside a program, and I found that very interesting. Which, by the way, I will be using Speedpaint because that's the program I've used since forever. Even though I use Bang as well, but I prefer Speedpaint because, I don't know, I like my programs to look simple and that are easy to understand. That's why I use Paint Tool Sai as well. Like I could use Krita. I have Krita, and I'm pretty sure I've used Krita in the past before, in certain things. Like I usually use Krita for backgrounds and whatnot because there I have foliage brushes and like sparkle stuff. It's during the era that I had like more time and I used to put more effort into my drawings and whatnot. That's the time that I used to use Krita more often. So here I'm drawing Cave, which is Jelish's brother. He is his older brother and he is an officer. But here he looks like a twink, but he is not. His brother is, but he isn't. He is, I don't know, like, how would I describe him? See, there's this thing again. I was making an AI of him a few days back. Just for fun, I like making AI characters in Character AI, you know, that one website and app. I make characters, they're my characters, and then I share them with my only friend, and then they have... I was making Cave. I had to think about his name, my god. I was making Cave, and then it asks, well, how would you describe this character, or how would they describe themselves? And I was like, oh, ooh, great question. I have no idea. I don't know, he's normal. Like, think of a normal straight guy. Not to be confused with those Sigma male alphas. No, that is not him. But he is just a normal straight guy, I guess. He's just a guy. So I guess I'll talk about his backstory because I mentioned that I would, and I will. So he has the same childhood as Jelish. If you don't know what happens, you can go to the last video, and there I talk about Jelish's childhood, which is also Cave's childhood, right? He grew up having to study all the time to be the next preacher and leader of the cult and whatnot. So I guess I'll just start from the Night of the Fall beyond, because like there is where things change for like all of the characters, the main characters. I mean, I have way too many. I don't know. It's like a weird slice of life type of thing, but with more traumatizing experiences. So after Cave and Jelish wake up in the middle of the night after the break-in, right? And they find those fallen angels and their parents fighting and whatnot, and the house is burning. He gets shot, right? Because they try to shoot Jelish, or both of them actually, because like it doesn't really matter. So he gets shot and he supposedly dies, right? After Jealous runs away and he's blamed for everything that happened and whatnot. So then, after that, like, everyone is kind of like in a coma, right? His mom is in a coma, his dad's in the hospital because he suffered very bad injuries. His little brother, which is also the little brother of Jealous, dies, unfortunately. He passes away. And then he supposedly is dead as well, right? So he's in the morgue and like people are doing their stuff. They are ready to embalm him and do that stuff, right? But then they like are preparing the stuff and he wakes up. So he just wakes up in that one room where there are like the many doors, you know. I don't know the exact name of it. I already forgot. I once used to know because I actually like went after the information and whatnot because I have issues, I don't know. Why would I go after it? I don't know, I once had an idea of a story and then I went after the information. So, I don't know. So, yeah. He wakes up in the morgue, right, on those beds, those thingies, I don't know. And he looks around and is like, there's no way. There is no way that this is real. I am in a nightmare. I am not in a morgue. What the fuck is going on? So he gets up, right? And the people from the morgue come into the room, right? Because they want to do their job and they just see Cave sitting there alive. So they stop for a minute because, right? I think that if you worked in a morgue and you saw like your not really patient, how do you describe it? I don't know, but if you saw like the person awake after being dead and, you know, how do you say it? It's not prolonged or anything, I don't know, but like they were considered dead. Out of nowhere they're alive and then they get jump scared obviously and they're like, you are not alive. And Kay is like, well, I am not dead, what the fuck is going on? So then they take him out and they try to explain what happened to him, right? Because that's what you do, I guess, in that situation. It would be great to explain what is going on to a kid. So they explain to him and they notice that Cave has angel wings and has like these golden yellow eyes because that's what the angels have in this world. Despite the angels that like come from like the afterlife or whatnot, whatever you call like heaven or whatever, they have like more Pidget features. Like for example Von Henry, which is like the right hand man of the president and also a psychologist and psychiatrist and that sort of stuff. He has like a bunch of feathers in his face and his body and like all of that cool stuff, which makes Selena call him Pidget Boy. Such a great name. I love that nickname. Anyways, but Cave doesn't have that. He just has angel wings and golden eyes, so they are very much weirded out by it because what the fuck? The guy just wakes up, is a Pidget out of nowhere, okay, then cool. So he leaves, goes to live with his aunts for a while because his father is in the hospital. Then his father comes back, like from the coma and whatnot. Yes, he survives his injuries because bad things don't die easily. So then Cave goes back and lives with his father in another place because their place burned to the ground. Nothing was left, okay? Everything became ashes. So they go and live there and whatnot. And then his father is still the same, trash of a human being that he always was, and Cave does not like that. And his father like not being able to handle what the fuck happened, like losing their younger child and his wife being in a coma because she did not wake up, and him like being, no, it's all Jealous's fault, I don't care, it's all his fault and whatnot. Like he doesn't know how to deal with this situation. So he decides to take matters into his own hands, and one day Cave comes back like from school and whatnot and finds his father, you know, ceiling fan, him, belt. That's all I'll say because I cannot say it because YouTube will not let me and will not let anyone else. So on Cave's part, like with his father, well, his father was still alive and whatnot, and like everything happening and his younger brother being blamed for everything and his other younger brother, right, not surviving and his mom being in a coma and whatnot. All of that horrible stuff made him, well, it led him to take down the path of the illegal D's. Which is the funniest way I could describe it, but I don't know if I can say the word like the drugs, I don't know. I will whisper it in hopes that YouTube will not like notice it. I don't know. This platform is weird. I just do stuff. So then he does that, and when goes down a horrible path. Him and Selena get close in the meantime because Selena's chill. She likes people and whatnot, and they are finally able to actually get close because before Cave did not have a life. And with the years passing and his situation with the illegal D's getting worse and worse, Selena somehow like she just calls like one of those farms, you know, that like rehab farm things. I don't know if anywhere else that exists, but here we have like those farms that are rehab programs and whatnot, and Selena's like, she hangs out with him a lot, and she's like, well, look, I will have to be very, very serious with you and like tell you the absolute truth. No one can handle you anymore. You're so lost. No one can help you if you don't go to this place that I found, right? This rehab program. I don't think anyone else will want to deal with you anymore. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. And Cave gets mad, obviously, like, how could you call and whatnot? And they come like to pick him up and whatnot. And she's like, if you don't go, that is not my problem anymore and no one else's. But if I were you, I would try this. And then he goes and he gets better, and then he comes back and him and Selena are happy, but then he disappears for a year because he is going to practice for like officer stuff. He ends up meeting the president, and then he is like, well, I can help you get a job and like get independent and whatnot, because after his father dies, he goes to live with his aunts and he doesn't want that and yada yada. So he's sent away to that, holy shit. He's sent away to like practice being an officer and whatnot, like that sort of stuff. Like, when he turns 18, he instantly becomes an officer despite his background, which is very shady, but that is because inside, like, the officer building, he, like, has connections with the president. He basically works for the president, not really, like, the police. But the police also work for the president, just in another sense. So, that's their stuff. After some time, Celine's parents die as well. Like, everyone dies, my god. So then Selena moves in with Cave, and they're happy until everything goes wrong again, and then more shit happens, but I won't get into that. As you can see on the screen, there is my two beautiful, beautiful hands that look, my god, they look dead, on my table with the tablet connected to the phone already with Speedpaint open, and my computer in front of me with a podcast on, because that's what I love doing. And we are drawing the same drawing again. On the computer I definitely have the reference photo, right? The reference of the guy that I took the picture from Pinterest off. I don't know, I said everything wrong, but you get me. And the finished drawing of Cave from PC version. I decided to record this with a camera that instead, like, I have both versions, like time-lapse and camera, because I don't know, wanted to try something different. here you can see this screen kind of going black because there was a blackout. That's very common here. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, there was a storm coming and like blackouts happen all the time. Like, there is slightly minimally windy and the world decides to end. I don't know. So here is a time lapse with the Ibis Paint logo because I don't pay for anything. I am poor as fuck. Look, I live in a trash can, a cardboard box. Don't mind me. So here is me doing the doing and the drawing coming along, and I don't know. With the tablet connected, it's honestly, don't mind my cat. I don't care. I will not cut this out anymore. Too much work and I don't have enough time. So with the tablet connected, using the phone is honestly like completely fine. I had no issues at all. Like, if I was doing this with my finger, which some people do, that is absolutely wild, but I wouldn't be able to do. But if I was doing this with my finger, I would lose my mind. So here is me with another little portion of video of me doing backgrounds and whatnot because I don't know. And then another time lapse of me finishing and doing the doing. My camera died, and as I mentioned before, there were blackouts occurring, so there was another one. The camera ran out of battery and I couldn't charge it, so I just decided to use it like this. But like, this was honestly great. I would do it again. I would actually like make this a regular thing, maybe. Instead of like connecting the tablet to the computer. Actually, this would be like really great for those digital drawings I do, where I take a picture of a sketch and then color it in digitally, which I still need to make a video on at some point. I just never do for some reason. It's called laziness, but I will, since I finally am taking things into my own hands and taking stuff seriously, finally, thank God. So yeah, so people can draw on phones. You just need to take things a bit seriously, but like, if you actually try, you will succeed no matter what, and no matter what circumstance or what you're doing. That is the rule of life, right? If you want something, you can achieve it no matter what, because I don't know, life just kind of happens like that and it's chill. So the difference between the PC version and the phone version is that the PC version is definitely more, like, a lot more polished and cleaner and detailed as well, while the phone version is kind of sketchy and messy, but it still is very nice. It's a lot cleaner than I imagined it would be, but that might just, holy shit, the size of this mosquito, my god. No, I will leave this in. What the fuck, dude? Y'all don't even imagine the size of this bitch. Holy shit. Anyways, as I was saying, threw that guy in the trash. So it's honestly a lot cleaner than I imagined, a lot more polished as well, but there's definitely a difference. Also, the face looks different, but even on the PC version, Cave looks different, like, in his face than what I usually draw, so I don't know. But this turned out really well. People can draw on phones, obviously, but that was not a secret. I just think that people never give it justice. So I tried giving it justice. If you want me to draw with a finger or something, you can tell me, I will do it. So I hope you have a nice day or night, and I hope to see you soon. I have more ideas planned, but I have another video to make, and that one will be very depressing. So I'll see you soon, and have fun or something. Bye!